the only one that's messed up by the way Snowfall ended. Don't get me wrong. I think this was the best ending that it possibly could have been. I see some of you don't feel that way. Well, that's probably because you're stupid. That's why I'm here. I think I'm the perspective a lot of you lack. Let's put it on the table. What the hell did you think? Did you think Franklin was gonna ride off in the sunset? Did you think he was gonna have a happily ever after? First of all, I grew up in the streets or of street essence. I just need to know because Snowfall is the closest thing to reality of a TV show that we know. I mean, Power cool, it's entertaining. It lack a little bit of reality. And Snowfall really tug at your emotion strings. Snowfall, you can understand and see how shit happens. And the characters is loosely based off of real people. Cool. Now I'm gonna tell you something you're not gonna wanna hear. Franklin and his family were bad guys. And in movies and in real life, it's all said and done, bad guys get it the worst. Now I get it. Are rooting for Franklin. Damn near the whole show is seen through his perspective. I get it. His ending was always gonna go one of two ways. A plot twist, and then went a whole nother way that was worse than the two. But he deserved it. We'll get to that later. Let's talk about how y'all saying his whole family turned their back on him. False. Looking at some of y'all comments and how y'all feel about it, I'm curious if we watched the same damn show. For one, his mom and Jerome didn't want him in the game anyway.
And that brick, that ain't worth the trouble that it come with, I promise you, man.
I know it's not your sweet anymore. You know how I feel about all of this. You're welcome home when you stop.
The only reason his mama accepted it because he told her he would quit.
That if having you in my life means that I gotta stop all of this, then I'm gonna do that for you.
Him and his mom was estranged at the time, so she kind of accepted him for who he was. But she never liked it. She was okay with her son rich, poor, broke, whatever. That's important. Leon was down for the ride, regardless. If Franklin wanted to sell newspaper, he would have had a bike. Louis, I think she had secret motives. You remember, she helped him move the first brick. She was talking like she wanted to help him because she don't want to see nothing bad happen to him by the Israeli. Goddamn, it didn't take long for her to tell Franklin she wanted Claudia club.
It ain't about the money. It's about Claudia, about that club. You gonna get it for me.
Uncle Jerome didn't want nothing. He barely wanted to be in the game. Alton, Franklin daddy, I mean, he left his family when Frank was a kid. He was a drunk and homeless, which we see ended up being Franklin's fate. We'll get back to that. Now, even though we love Franklin, the whole Snowfall story is told in many different perspectives. And the ending of Snowfall is a testament how the drug game goes. Death, which would be Jerome. Jail, which would be Sissy. You're gonna always be on the run. Louis, you're gonna wise up, realize that you hurting the community, start giving back. That would be Leon. Or you gonna be lost in the sauce, clucked out, strung out, alcoholic. Franklin, that's the reality of this shit. And you might get away. Might have to flee the country, but you know you can't come back. That'd be also. You see the parallel? The first brick Javi gave Franklin cost $12,000.
Got one day to bring me $12,000.
And how much money did Franklin find in Pete's safe? $12,000.
Count it.
I don't know, maybe around 12 grand.
12 grand. A lot of money.
He was right back where he started. But worse, you also got to take heed and remember the foreshadowing that people did throughout the show. When Manboy was on his deathbed, what did he say?
You think you gonna make it out of this? That these ain't gonna turn on you.
And what ended up happening? They ended up turning on each other. Look what Jerome said at the table when he met up with Franklin.
That you become a scandalous, cutthroat, bitch-made that you are right now.
Which is facts. Franklin was scandalous, cold-hearted, and cutthroat. Louis told him he was the devil. Franklin said, I know.
You are the devil. You know that?
Yeah. I know.
Was it messed up that Teddy took his money? Yes.
But as of this morning, I am in possession of over $70 million in seized cash assets.
Was it messed up that Louis took the plug? Yes.
You went to the plug behind my back.
Was it messed up they weren't gonna help him get his money back? Yeah.
This ain't my problem.
Franklin ended up doing the same thing Teddy did to him, to his family. He took their money. Is that right or wrong? That's wrong. So yeah, we gon' beef. He asked Lee for $500K. He gave it to him. And due to unfortunate events, he doubled back and asked him for the rest of his $3 million. Give me all of it. All my money? Franklin, fuck out of here. Your mama didn't want you to get the $37 million, Jack. Lightweight saved you. We'll get to that later. He tell Leon, same thing he told Louis. I just take it. Damn! It looked like Franklin the one turning his back on his people. Leon, if nobody else. How you gonna tell your dog you just gonna take his $3 million? Franklin was so down bad he didn't even realize he ain't got nobody. He put too much trust in Teddy. Facts. That was his downfall. Not nobody else's, Jack. I know y'all hate to hear it. Franklin deserved what happened to him. Now, on a realistic level, Franklin was a kingpin. Franklin was literally killing the community. Oh, y'all don't care. I want to hear that shit, but that matters. Now, if you feel like Alton turned his back on his son, I'll give you that. But he did it for the greater good of the people. Think about the cop that lived next door to him. He told Franklin, the shit you doing is hurting people, Jack.
How you sleeping at night, son?
What Franklin tell him?
Like a baby.
Franklin had no remorse for the shit he was doing. All he cared about was the bag. And that's cool, but there's repercussions for that. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna always get what you dish. Usually the life that you live, probably gonna end up face to face with what you hate the most. And what did Franklin despise? His father. The alcoholic he was. The bum he became to be. Him being a kid and not seeing his father. The exact same thing that Franklin turned out to be. It serves him right. When he found Peaches and called that locksmith dude, he gave that man hope that he was gonna let him leave and go see his family. And for him to whack him, that was wrong. Remember what Jerome said?
That you become scandalous.
And that's what that was. He got to a point where he didn't even care about his mama no more. And one thing about Franklin, he loved his mom. Even after his mama clapped Teddy, he told his mama Teddy should've.
Hey, Teddy, should have blown your f***ing head off.
And if you think about it, his mama did him a favor. Yes, her whacking Teddy was her saving her son. I don't see how y'all don't see it. Think about it like this. At the end, when you see Leon and Frank and they walking down the street, Franklin was telling Leon how the CIA was bothering him once upon a time. Her clicking on the phone, random cars following him. And Franklin said he called the CIA, told him stop bothering him. Now, maybe he telling the truth. Maybe he paranoid. That's not the point. Point is whether he was paranoid or he was telling the truth. He has nothing. He got nothing and he paranoid, or he got nothing and they was bothering him still. If you paranoid with nothing, or they bothering you and you have nothing, what do you think his paranoia would be if he had 37 million? Or what the CIA would be doing to him if he had 37 million. They probably would have really did something to him. Y'all don't really think that Teddy was just gonna give him that money and, oh, we go our separate ways. Especially if Teddy was still alive. Even when they went their separate ways, they didn't go their separate ways. They were still connected. Teddy was still the plug for Louie and them. Franklin on the search for his money, doing all type of shit, did something to Teddy daddy. Think Teddy was gonna let that shit go about what Franklin did to his daddy? Did Sissy let it go? Hell no! Think of it like this. Teddy lied on his deathbed. In the worst conditions, he still was lying. Talk about Alton still alive.
But I promise you, Alton's alive.
Franklin didn't give a damn if Alton was alive, deceased.
I don't give a f about Alton. Alive or whatever.
Maybe at one point in time he did. All Franklin cared about was the bag. Sissy didn't give a damn. She loved her son with it. She loved him without it. She didn't approve of the lifestyle anyway. But Alton, oh, she loved him. She had hopes that Alton was still alive. And you gonna lie to me and say he was alive? Like Teddy told her straight to her face. I got him out of here, bitch. You serious? Yeah, I would whop the wham wham. Hell out my face. If Teddy was lying about Alton, who meant nothing to him, you know he was lying about that 37 million. Franklin was never gonna get the money. Y'all more crazy than Franklin to think that he was gonna get that money for real. CIA couldn't be trusted. The KGB dude told him that. Teddy showed him that. The only person who knew this wasn't going nowhere was Franklin Mott. He didn't go to jail. He didn't lose his life. He just lost the money. And Franklin a smart dude. He possibly could have did other things to get the money back. When he hit that bottle, it was a wrap. He turned into what he hated the most. I don't know if Franklin gonna be in the spinoff, probably not, but it's hope for Franklin still. And there's signs of that. Because Franklin was always good at foreshadowing shit. Like when he see them making the movie Boys in the Hood and he say, hey, that ain't gonna get no Oscar. I think that's random. Boys in the Hood really didn't get an Oscar. That's more foreshadowing. And Alton end up getting clean. And if Franklin's life was repeating what his dad's life was, it's still a chance for him to get better. But that's my perspective. Get in the comments and tell me what you think. Follow the YouTube Jody G TV. I'm Jody Too Good Not Rich.